all the marbles, folks. And we are glad to be here. Like to thank our good friends at Gold Rush Gaming for their support. They make a lot of this stuff possible. And we have Los Borrachos will be the home team. They were the higher seed. And Bullies, the 4 seed, will be the visitors. So this should be a good one. Borrachos really swung the bats. They erased a couple of big deficits and won going away mercy rule style. They trailed in that first game 4-0 at the end of a half an inning. They were down 10-5, tied it at 10, and then they exploded for a 10 spot in the 5th to put it away via mercy rule. 20-10. So good season there for La Honda as they made it to the semifinal. But Los Borrachos just a little too much and a little shaky defense. So leading off is going to be Chris, and we showed you the Bullies last time. Heard him saying, let's play bully ball. And so the umpire trying to clear people off the line. A lot of the players are hanging out down that right field line. And again, the problem out here is they just don't have any room in foul territory. So here's Chris. Now the Bullies were waiting. They have not played a game today. And Los Borrachos certainly got a lot of swings in against La Honda. And there's a little ground ball play at first, and they call him out. Great play by the second baseman, bang, bang at first. As he went far to his right, did a little Manny trio there. And here's Loco. So here comes Loco. Umpires trying to keep control. They're very strict out here rule-wise. And there's a swing by Loco into the corner, and that's going to be an easy double. And you can tell Loco, a young player there, he really took a wide turn. He almost came out to this yellow line. And as you get older and you move up, you'll find there are outfielders that can get to that ball and throw a strike to first or to second. And you wonder what happened. Here's Corey. And he sweeps it into right fielder. Got a little crisscrossed, fell down, and that's how the first run of the game is going to score. So he got kind of a bad jump on that ball. Did get turned around. He did get a couple of hands on it, but he was stumbling at that point and couldn't secure the ball. Again, this is the championship game of the Los Borrachos 16-inch softball league at Intentional Sports. And it's going to bring up the first baseman, Spada.
He just scored anyway.
1-0 early lead here for the Bullies. And there's a swing and a ball, and that's going to be foul. Haven't given the spiel tonight. For those of you who are new to the broadcast, just like to say that what you're seeing is correct. No gloves. 99% of what we do is no glove. So 1-0 Bullies. Another runner in scoring position. Spada comes through. 2-0 Bullies, and they take an early lead. Now we saw in the first game that Los Borrachos is undeterred at times. Brings up Ant.
Your world, Ant. Don't think about it, just swing.
And there's a hard ground ball. Third baseman, no play. Will be first and second. So 1 out here. 2 runs are in and 2 are on. Brings up Dario, the extra hitter. Always get a little nervous with a lefty, especially since there's nowhere to run over here. So now they're going to courtesy run. And Chris is the only batted out in the inning, getting some road work in. And there's really no foul territory here, so I'm always amazed that a coach feels he's got to get right on the line to talk to his runner. So we're going to live dangerously and hang out down this line. Call that illegal. So getting back to the rules, 60-foot bases, you can lead off. 6-12 on the arc, 38 feet from the pitching rubber to home plate. And there's a bullet base hit. That's going to score the third run. Chris rounds third. And now a high throw to the plate. And that allows the hitter, Dario, to head into second base. So as clean as Barachos played in that first game, they're starting off a little shaky here in the championship. It brings up Izzy. 6-12 on the arc. The pitcher can take a drag step when we play without the glove. And there's a ground ball up the middle. Chu picks it up. He'll throw to first for out number 2. And another run scores. 4-0. Again, we are in the top of the first. Brings up Joey. And he hits a high fly ball that hits the roof. And they call it foul. So that's just a strike. So the drag step, for those of you who don't know, without the glove, the pitcher can move off the rubber 1 step right, left, or back. 2 fakes or hesitation. Third arm action has to be to deliver the ball home. A throw or fake to a base is considered one of those fakes or hesitations. And we're using a 16-inch clincher. It is not a mush ball. So here's Chris, a little ground ball. Tommy fields it, throws to first in time. So the question is this a deja vu situation? As Barachos fell behind 4-0 to Laanda and came storming back. So we'll see how they respond here in the championship game. And for those of you wondering, who maybe have never played 12-inch, we don't use light bats like they do in 12-inch. These are big pieces of metal, can weigh up to 38 ounces, 34 inches long, 2 1/4 on the barrel. And some of these bats not only weigh 38 ounces, but they're end loaded. So that's a lot of iron to be swinging. And the ball will, especially indoors on turf, really maintain its firmness. So it is a great game. You can hurt your fingers if you're not even, if you don't have enough reps and understand how to catch the ball barehanded. So we see a lot of 12-inch and baseball guys sometimes struggle for a year or 2 defensively while they get used to it. So top of the lineup coming up. And here's Chu. That pitch is in there for a strike. I like this Bullies team. I mean, they're not afraid. They swing the bats. There's a little flare. Fair ball. Chris couldn't get there. Now he's going to try to go, and he'll make it. I think Chris hesitated just a split second there. He didn't know if he was trying to con the umpire into it being a foul ball. And he kind of slowed up on the chase. And Chu, seeing it, just kept running. Leadoff man now standing at second and brings up Cotto. And Cotto, a little roller, knocked down by the pitcher, and it's going to roll into no man's land. First two hits. First two hitters get on. And here come the Barachos, and it brings up Tommy. They moved him up a little bit in the lineup as he was swinging it real well in the semifinal game. And he blisters a ball into right field. Chu's going to try to score. He'll make it. Runners on the corners, nobody out. And Baracho's on the scoreboard. They cut it to 4-1. And here comes Logan. And there's a high pop-up. That'll be a strike as it hits the roof. And you see Anthony's encouraging Logan to go to more of a power swing. Looked like he was trying to flip that down the line. No, you're not allowed to wear a batting glove or anything like that in the field. Although, with as much tape as some of these guys put on their hands. I was at a national championship tournament, I believe. Hard ground ball. Chris the bobble, high throw. Second run scores. Tommy will scoot into third, 4-2. As Baracho's unfazed by that 4-run deficit, cut it in half, still only have, I believe, one out here, and it brings up Luke. And that pitch called illegal. Home plate umpire Randy a little more strict on that than Manny was in the first game. And there's a walk and the bases are loaded. Seems like last game and now here in the first inning, the Barachos have had the bases loaded quite a bit. Brings up J-Rod. J-Rod, a big, strong kid. If he puts a charge into it, he might flip the score here. I think the only problem with J-Rod is on occasion he gets a little too much air under it, and the ceiling prevents him from. That time he chopped a little wood, knocked down by the pitcher. They will get out number 2, but the third run scores and the runners move up 60 feet. 4-3 contest. 2 outs now. Brings up Chops. Base hit here could put Barachos up 5-4. And he flips it down the right field line. Fair ball. 1 run is in. They're going to try to score the second run, and he is in. And now Chops scoots into second. And they're going to talk about whether the play was dead or not, but Barachos have erased the 4-run lead. They lead 5-4 here in the bottom of the first. See, the problem there is they won't give you time if a runner is active. So the question is whether Chops was still active on the bases and whether he was looking to possibly go to second. If he's flat-footed or standing on the bag or going back to the bag, you might get that. Again, kids, you don't get the timeout until the umpire gives you time. And so in that case, even if they send you back to first, it's not a bad gamble. And the inning continues with BB. As we are just past midnight into Saturday morning, so I guess it's not a championship Friday anymore. So 2 outs here. And you know, you hate to see it. If you're the Bullies, whether you agree with the call, you don't want to get so sidetracked that it takes you off task. We say it all the time. A lot of times, that's what does in younger teams is they'll lose focus. And we see it on the major level too sometimes. High fly ball, that'll be a strike as it hits the roof. At the major level, I used to have these talks all the time with Travis Smith, as he spent the last few years, he had a younger team, and they were prone to doing that on occasion. So was BTA, and those two teams have matured very nicely. They both have national SSA major national titles now, and it shows up in the fact that they may get upset, but they stay on task. Ground ball, throw to first. Oh, I hate to see it. He almost jammed the shoulder there. So BB is out at first.
You gotta rewind the tape, Dio.
And we're going to head to the top of the second after a first inning that saw 9 runs. Barachos leads. And I'm going to take a break, folks. I'm going to grab a little water. I'll be right back with you. Again, we are back live from Intentional Sports, championship game of the Los Barachos 16-inch softball league, inaugural. The winning team is going to get a trophy honoring Sal Milazzo, who really started the winter softball trend for the SSA. Leadoff man, Church, throws a double into the alley, and here come the Bullies. Here comes Angel, followed by Edwin. So both of these teams pretty resilient. And that a lot of that comes with the enthusiasm of youth. And that ball is rattling around. Now they're going to call that fair. And after a late start, Angel gets himself into second. Second and third, nobody out for Edwin, who runs the team. And a good opportunity here for the Bullies to potentially jump back in front. And I don't know if Dan is on, but that's one of the things you see here. As Barachos in the first inning had some issues defensively, but there's nothing you can do when it's rattling around. And Edwin, I don't know, that Cotto drops the ball. That's going to tie the game. Now they throw behind the runner, not in time. So Cotto got there in good shape, but he bobbled the ball and dropped it. Bullies tie the game at 5 here in the top of the 2. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Chris. Chris is still fired up about the fact that they didn't get the timeout call. We'll see now if he can calm himself down enough here to put a good swing on it. And he rakes it off the third baseman. Cotto can't get to it. And the Bullies take a lead here. 6-5 Bullies. Third lead change of the game, and we are only in the top of the second. And brings up Loco. Still nobody out, first and second. And he swings, hits it toward right center. Center fielder makes the catch. Late start by the base runner. Cotto reached up like he was going to cut it. Throw looked like it was on line. And I do believe that Edwin would have been out at third, but another run scores. Bullies answers the 5 with 2 of their own and counting. And there's a swing and a fly ball. And that's dropped by the right fielder. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in. So Barachos, they were solid in the first game, having all kinds of problems. And Bullies have come storming back here. As they've put up a crooked number, as they say, and here's Spada. And that plays, and now they're going to go. They got strange rules here. They do allow stealing if the base is unoccupied. You can only go 1 base. And that's why we haven't been seeing a lot of pickoff attempts. Pushes another runner into scoring position. As Loco is dancing over there. So Barachos showed you they were resilient in the first game. We'll see if that continues. And the Bullies right now just running the bases aggressive, and Spada plugs a gap. It's going to roll all the way to the soccer net. Another run scores, and they're going to hold Spada at third. Ten to 5. Bullies put up a 6 here in the second. And here's Anthony, and he pounds a hit. Another run scores. 11 to 5. So Barachos are going to be tested. We'll just see how resilient they are. Brings up Dario. And the Bullies are just pushing Los Barachos around right now. And that's a strike. So the co-ed Mush, which started their second seasons, concluded. But we got you see Laanda hanging out down that line. And Dario now with 2 strikes. He'll have to keep this ball between the white lines. Little chopper. At second baseman called Chew off. He was rushing, couldn't make the play. First and third, and here's Izzy. Yeah, Sean, that's why I made the comment in the first game in response to a question, which is more important, offense or defense? But it goes hand in hand. And there's a little ground ball. And Chu drops. He recovers for the fielder's choice, but another run does score. And that should have been a tailor-made double play. But the Baracho defense right now is on life support. So it brings Joey up. And there's a little pop-up. And Los Barachos gets out of the inning. But big inning for the Barachos. They score 8. And they take the lead. 12-5. So crazy inning and a half here. So we head to the bottom of the second. We might be here a while, Manny. We might be here a while. Bottom of the second, right? This game was supposed to start at 11:30. It started a little later. We're at 12:17 right now, and we're only in the bottom of the second. It's going to be Stan, Caesar, and the top. I take it back. This looks like it's Caesar. Stan got thrown out to make the last out last inning. And there's a little chopper, and the pitcher gets his hand on it, hustling all the way. Caesar beats it out. That is about the third or fourth ball that we've seen off a pitcher that rolled into no man's land. Let's see if they run for him. So here's the top of the Los Barachos lineup. They got a little work to do. They trail by 7. They still got a lot of game left, but you don't want to fall any further. And that ball sneaks through. Caesar going to try to go to third, safe. Throw is high and a little to the right of the third baseman. Caesar with a pretty slide. Easily underneath, second and third now. Nobody out for Cotto. Yeah, you're right, Sean, but that's what I was saying. If you can't catch the ball, you can't win. And they may overhit that, hit their way out of that. But on the flip side now, they have no margin for error. So if they don't start catching everything inside, line drive, right at the third baseman, good base running. Nobody strayed very far. And it brings up the hottest hitter on the Los Barachos squad. And they're going to pitch to Tommy. Again, they have a big lead, so you don't want to potentially put another runner on base. Right now you're hoping he hits a ball right at somebody. And he pounds it to center, and that ball got through clean and over to center fielder. This is going to be another 3-run homer for Tom. And Los Barachos cut it to 12-8. I thought that ball was going to get wrapped up in the ceiling, and all of a sudden it came out the other end. And it was about 15 feet past the center fielder. So here's Logan now, base is empty, and he pounds one, and the left fielder overran it a little bit, took an angle a little too hard toward the gap, and the ball kind of hooked back on him, and another base runner. So both teams having some defensive issues. Brings Luke up now, 12-8. I'm not quite sure if the Bullies have a backup pitcher or not. And not sure if the Barachos do either. So these pitchers might be in for a long ride today. So it brings up Luke with J-Rod on deck. And Luke hits a ground ball. Loco. And that throw is wide. Cotto's going to try to score, and he will. So another run here. As Barachos put up their 9th run. Loco normally a short center. Brings up J-Rod. We commented in the past that he's got that very low angle sidearm throw, and that ball's going to be a foul ball. And he can get away with it a little bit at short center, but from shortstop, if he doesn't get his body in the right position, he can't pull the ball through. And when you throw sidearm, it's going to be a little bit of a screwball anyway. So that low sidearm throw doesn't necessarily work all the time. So Barachos have answered the bell here. They cut that lead to 12-9. And we're only in the bottom of the second, folks. So between innings, you may want to go to the bathroom and grab yourself a beverage. And there's a base hit for J-Rod. And they're going to send him. And he'll score easily. So J-Rod pounds the ball into right center field. 12-10 ball game. As these two teams are trading body blows. So it brings Chops up. This is SSA, Brandon. You must have missed that logo on the right-hand bottom of your screen. So, got ourselves a good one here. And there's a little flare to right. Makes that catch, and that's only out number 2. Believe and there's a fly ball. Right fielder puts it away, and that'll be the end of the inning. Woo! A lot of stuff going on that inning. As we finally get to the third in a slugfest.
Score. What do you got, Manny?
I got 12-10. Manny, 12-10?
Come on.
I don't know. You guys got 12-10 or 12-11? 10-11. 12-11, excuse me. Okay, top of the third. Here we go. Let's make sure we give Los Barachos credit for that run. 12-11, Manny. Top of the third.
Well, now you know, Manny. Yeah? Now you know.
So Church Angel Edwin coming up. Bullies leading 12-11 over Los Barachos. So here comes Church, bottom third of the Bully lineup. and he pounds one off the ceiling. That'll be a foul ball. It's these two teams going at it tooth and nail, playing for a championship. And I love the concept of what Steve Rodriguez has done out there. He only took 8 teams, but he took 8 young A, very low-level type B teams. I shouldn't say low-level, but they're more B-A teams out here. Give them a place to play and to grow a little bit. And that's going to be a foul, so 1-on-1 count, 2 foul balls. And that'll go as a strikeout. Well, Brandon, it's a 16-inch clincher, so it's a lot bigger than a 12-inch, obviously. And it's a very firm ball, but it's not hard like a baseball or a 12-inch. So if you want to hit this ball with any authority, you cannot use a 12-inch bat. So our bats can weigh up to 38 ounces. They can be unloaded. These are all, and there's a long one, but it hits the net. And I don't know if they called that fair or foul.
It wasn't the ceiling.
Apparently it's a fair ball, and it's going to bring up Edwin. This may be a pinch hitter for Edwin. So 12-inch, you see a lot of double wall bats and thin wall bats. That won't play in 16-inch. And so the bats can be 38 ounces, 34 inches long, and 2 1/4 on the barrel. And most of these are hard aluminum, type of aluminum they use on airplanes. And it's a whole different experience swinging one of these than a 12-inch bat. So pinch hitter for Edwin, Chris on deck. As Bully's trying to get some of these runs back.
Yes, you are.
And there's a little ground ball to third. He looked to second, throw to first in time, throw back. Little bobble there. Just couldn't quite come up with it clean. Aggressive base running, and it brings up the top of the lineup. 2 outs now, runner on third. 12-11 ball game. And the way this game is shaping up, you don't want to go dry in an inning. Give the advantage to the other guys, especially since Barachos have come storming back here last half inning. Looked like Chris was trying to come down this line. And there's a little pop-up foul ball as that hit the roof before that black line you see there. What that is that's a net that they can mechanically drop down if they want to divide the space. So as a rule, pretty much anything before that hits the roof, they're calling a foul ball. Anything that hits the roof in the outfield is in play. And there's a ground ball to third. He can't make the play. A run does score. Little ground ball there. Again, that's an example of when you're a fielder, you see a fielder go down on a knee like that. A lot of times it's because he doesn't trust his hands. That's a ball that you should charge and try to field with your hands. And if you don't catch it clean, you want to take it into your midsection. And there's a hard ball off the third baseman again. And you want to keep your momentum moving forward, because as you're moving forward, even if you don't catch it clean, you're saving time by the time you get the handle and throw. So Loco gets on, and it brings up Corey. So when you guys go online, and there's a fielder's choice, nicely done that time by Barachos, and that'll be the third out of the inning, as Cotto went the short way. But in the inning, they do pick up a run. They push it to 13-11. Sure could have been worse. So Los Barachos cut it to 1. Now they're down 2. It's going to be Stan, Cesar, and Chu. As we're in the third inning, we've had a lot of action going on. Neither team getting cheated in the batter's box.
Hey, Izzy, your way. Hey, open up a little bit that way. Look what's up. Go your way. Izzy, open up some.
Second time Stan's led off an inning. And he hits a ground ball. This time the pitcher makes the play. That'll be out number 1. We have not had anybody go dry yet. We'll see if this is the inning.
Hey, you went to the picture.
And there's a fly ball, hit the rafters. First base umpire called it foul. So we're going to reset here. So I don't know if he got overruled by the home plate umpire. I thought they called it foul. Now they're calling it fair. Randy, the home plate umpire, called it foul, so a little confusion. Now they're going to talk about it. Again, that's one of the problems with the building like this. Because you got a white ceiling, white ball. A lot of these balls are elevating pretty quickly. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of where it hits or not. So while we got a break, we want to thank Gold Rush Gaming, and if you're going to put any kind of video gaming in your establishment, go with the gold standard, go with Gold Rush Gaming. And for those of you in the city of Chicago, rumor is they're going live in 2025. So you want to start putting in and doing your paperwork so that you can be ready to go at some point and not get caught sleeping on that. So it looks like they did end up calling it foul. Caesar's going to reset. And it's a tough job to umpire in a building like this.
That's my bedtime.
Yeah, they run a lot of youth baseball clinics in here. Jason Hayward was involved. The Chicago Fire soccer team. So they do soccer in here. This is the first time I believe they've had softball in this building. And there's a swing off the pitcher. Little bobble throw to first, not in time. So Caesar ends up on base. Second time he banged it off of the pitcher. Second time he's beaten it out. And that'll bring up Chu.
Izzy, he'll walk right here. Watch him.
So one out here, base runner.
Izzy, I'm telling you, watch it.
Baracho's trailing by a deuce. And there's a little slow roller. And Edwin will take the out at first. Does move the runner up. Top of the lineup now. With Cotto, the two-place hitter. So, and this is a private facility. This is not owned or operated by the city of Chicago. They do a lot of things here. They got basketball courts. They do some health screening, I believe, some educational stuff. Cotto bangs a hit. Caesar is going to roll home, and Baracho's pick up a run. So nice two-out hit there. Baracho's cut the lead in half, and here's that guy Tommy again. And you almost got to get to the point where you got to say to yourself, I can't keep letting this kid beat me. Last time up, they had an open base. They pitched to him, and he launched a 3-run bomb. And he hits it hard. Line drive snagged by the pitcher. So Tommy definitely dangerous, swinging the bat. That may be the first out he's made tonight. So we're heading to the fourth in a one-run contest. Both teams really getting it after it. And here come the bullies now. Not quite halfway through the game. And it looks like it's going to be Spada, Anthony, and Dario. So 4, 5, 6, heart of the lineup. So for those of you new, we stream a lot of 16-inch softball during the summer, all of the big events. And there's a sinking line drive, base hit, Spada, aggressive turn. And he's going to easily get there. So Baracho's just can't seem to get that leadoff man out tonight. Bullies nursing a one-run lead. They put their leadoff man on second and brings up Anthony. And he tried to cut, got on top. Chu, long throw, just gets him at first. Runner does move into third. So brings in Dario. So here's Dario. Again, you don't want to leave any runs on the board. You get the feeling that 14, 15, 16 may be not enough today, but with one out here, your job is to make sure you want to go for a hit, but preferably to the right side. And you either want to make sure you're elevating the swing or you're hitting a ground ball. You don't want to hit a line drive right at an infielder. So we do stream a lot of softball. And the SSA got a few tournaments coming up in April, and that'll be a foul ball. And that'll go as a strikeout, as he already had a strike, and it brings Izzy up. So that's a big run over there at third base. Leadoff double. Now we got 2 outs, and they haven't scored them. If I could find one, Brandon, I'd take it. You know any? We got restaurants. We got Gold Rush Gaming. We got Let Us Entertain You Restaurants, Signature Transportation. We got some nice sponsors, but it's very expensive to do what we do. If it wasn't for the generosity of our corporate partners, we couldn't do what we do. And we're all volunteers and non-for-profit. Nobody gets a nickel. The only people who get paid are umpires and scorekeepers. And Izzy swings, hard ground ball, and Barachos get out of it. Leadoff double, they strand them. And let's keep an eye on that as we move forward. So coming up for Los Barachos, 4, 5, and 6, Logan, Luke, and J-Rod. It's a little late, Brandon. I see you say, yes, sir, you are. So what kind of liquor are you involved with? So here's Logan leading off here. So we are in the bottom of the 4th inning, halfway through the game. And there's a ground ball, high throw, and Logan's going to be on. Well, tell you what, Brandon, shoot me an email at info, I-N-F-O, at SSAsoftball.com. If you look at our Facebook page, you'll see we're quickly approaching 32,000 followers, and really from all over the country. Malia, I thought the French drink wine. So there's a swing and a bullet, and center fielder, good job, good read, made the thigh-high catch. Brings up J-Rod. Of course, Tommy here can fly. 2 outs. He's going to score on any type of a stretch single. And they are deep across the board in the outfield for J-Rod. And this league, with the ability to steal if there's an open base, we don't see as many pickoff attempts. It's certainly not from the catcher. Because some of these guys can scoot. You throw it to first, they're standing on second. Well, we could use all the help we can get, Brandon. And we're pretty easy to work with. And there's a little pop-up, and nobody went after it. Now they catch a break that it spun foul. Spada couldn't get there. Pitcher couldn't get it. They looked at each other. Unfortunately, with the spin on the carpet. So that goes as a strikeout. I missed an out somewhere. So here's Chops. And there's a little flare caught by the left fielder. And we're chugging along here. So we're going to head to the top of the fifth. So still 13-12 as we head to the top of the fifth. It's going to be Church Angel and Edwin. Of course, they hit for Edwin. We didn't get the substitution.
Go get it, Jay. Nice and easy.
And there's a little ground ball knocked down by Tommy from the seat of his pants. What a scope by J-Rod. Great play by Tommy to knock it down, stay with it. From the seat of his pants, he bounced it over here, and J-Rod made the play. Sorry, that was Joey, and now Church is up. Well, the thing about us, Brandon, is we're very easy to deal with. So we're very flexible. We think outside the box. So if you're interested, we'll come up with a package for you. Isaiah, my man, hope things are well. And there's a high throw, but J-Rod one-hands it and comes down on the bag. And I tell you, as a base runner, when you see a guy this big at first, you don't want nothing to do with him. Well, then shouldn't you be drinking vodka, not bourbon? Isaiah, this is 16-inch. Of course, Isaiah, very talented hitter. And there's a swing and a high fly ball, and that's up in the rafters. And they called that a base hit. That hit beyond that black line. And now, I'm not sure if it got beyond that black stripe or not. Definitely hit the roof. So they're saying it hit beyond that black up there. And that's why, I can't stress enough when you play indoors and you got these rules where a ball is live off that roof, the infielder's got to chase that out there. As we're going on 12:49 out here. And apparently a lot of these young kids Well, Vargas, it's a metal roof, but where it differs from being in a dome is you see those beams, they're vertical, and they got cross beaming within there. And so when the ball goes up there, it's very unpredictable as to which way it's going to bounce. And so theoretically, any ball that hits the roof on the infield, they're calling a strike. Any ball that hits the roof in the outfield, they're calling it live and in play. Kind of like out in Rosemont, where if you catch it, he's out. If it hits the carpet, it's all you can get. Again, I don't think when they built this, they were thinking about 16-inch softball. You certainly can't play 12-inch in here. It's too small. You'd be banging walls off the concrete. Now, what they do is you see that gray netting at field level all the way around. Anything that hits the wall above that's a home run. If it's in the netting, it's just like you hit it off a fence. So they are going to put Angel on base, and it brings up Edwin. So 2-out base runner. Bully's nursing a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th over Los Barachos.
90, what do you got? 1 out?
Yeah, he's got some ability. I think, Sean, I think when he learns to not get quite as much air under the ball, he's got a chance to be a pretty good hitter. You know, you get away with that at the B level a little bit. When you start getting up to the A and the major level, too many jackrabbits in the outfield. They'll go catch those high fly balls. And there's a little ground ball to third, throw to first in time, and that'll do it. So we are getting late here, as we're in the bottom of the 5th in a 1-run ball game. Barachos huddling up over there trying to get fired up. And we talk all the time about the psychological effects. Well, this is misleading here, Sean, because it's a 1-1 count. But you know a guy has arrived when he's not afraid to swing with 2 strikes. A lot of younger hitters, you'll see the veteran pitchers, they'll slip a strike in. And I think younger hitters, probably 75% of the time, will pretty much swing it the next pitch you throw them. But he's got ability. He's got good hands. He's actually pretty nimble for a kid his size. And when he barrels up, he can't put a charge into it. Yeah, Sean, this is at 1851 North Laramie. So here's the leadoff man, and he punches a base hit. So tying run is on. So Beebe gets a hit. Now it looks like Rollo, I believe, if I'm in the right part of my lineup, is going to take a swing for Stan. Rollo got dinged up in the first semifinal. He normally starts. He can't run, so he's a double play candidate if he puts it on the carpet. So let's just see what they planning on doing here. You see Anthony trying to get Beebe off the bag here. And he is being aggressive in his secondary. Now we have a right-handed throwing catcher, so he's not going to be able to necessarily snap a throw over here. And there's a little chopper over to Loco. And Rollo, hustling down the line, makes it. And he was wincing all the way. And they'll probably re-enter Stan here, I would think, to courtesy run. That's why as a manager, you know when Rollo's healthy, he might be one of your better hitters, but when a guy is hurting and can't run, it affects the swing. Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily a chop. It's got to be a little more 12-6. That ball's first bounce was well out in front of the plate. I just think that he was trying to overhand hit that ball, and he let it drop a little too far down. And that ball's going to spin out of place. Strike 2. Caesar Kind of a bigger guy, but he's got 2 infield hits in the game, and he's banged it off the pitcher twice. And he goes down the right field line, and he's over the top. 1 run's going to score. Caesar's going to have a 2-run homer. Caesar, the 10th batter in the lineup with a 3-for-3 night. I think I said 3-run homer. I think that was a 2-run homer. But Los Barachos back in front. So after a huge deficit, they've come roaring back and shown a lot of resiliency. I got it at 14-13. I'll check the score in between innings for you guys. And there's a hard ground ball by Chu. Ball's bouncing all over the place, and he's on base. Brings up Cotto. I got a feeling, folks, that... And there's a hard base hit. Chu will stop there. And it brings up Tommy. Now you're in a tough spot because even if you don't want this kid to beat you, it's awful hard with 1 out to walk a kid and push 2 runners into scoring position. And that ball is hit hard. And now the right fielder has a problem. Another one's going to score. Now they got Tommy hung up, and they can't make the play. And a second run's going to score on the play. Again, we talk about defense all the time. At some point, the runner's so close to your first baseman, you're better off just running them back and making sure the guy at third doesn't score. It's going to bring up Logan. And there's a bullet. He pounds it through the hole between third and short. First and third. So both of these teams have been free swinging. Again, we're in the 5th inning here, and we've already had 29 runs scored. And that's assuming my math is correct. And there's a base hit in the alley. 2 more runs score. And Barachos having another big inning. As now they came in trailing by 1, and they now find themselves with a 5-run lead. And now they are going to change the pitcher. And here comes J-Rod whenever the pitcher's settled in. And this is a good time to grab a quick swig of water. So still only 1 out here. Another runner in scoring position for J-Rod. J-Rod, excuse me. Getting a little dry mouth.
You got you on the corner. Look, you got you on the corner.
If you're the Bullies, you need to find a way to get out of this without any more damage. You still got 2 at-bats left. And J-Rod pounds that into center. Another run. Now it's a little bobble, but he'll stop at first. Another run scores. 19-13. That brings up Chops, ground ball to the pitcher. And they get the second out. J-Rod goes to second. It brings up Beebe. And now they're going to courtesy run. It's a little interesting that they didn't run for him, and he looks like he might have tweaked something there as he's running a little gingerly to the sidelines. And there's a ground ball, and the pitcher, little bobble, not in time. Pitcher was a little nonchalant there. Looked like he thought he had more time. As they've batted around, Rollo getting his second at-bat of the inning. If he makes an out, he'll tie a record tied by many of making 2 in 1 inning. Well, the other one was a fielder's choice, and he pounds that into the ground. Chris makes the play at first, and the inning comes to a close. But they bat around, they put a crooked number up there. And we're going to head to the top of the 6th. I got 19-13. 9-3, 19-13. I don't know if it's right. Well, they're saying, I heard somebody say 18-12. That's not right. We'll go get an updated score. Bullies at the top of their lineup. Chris Loco carry. What's the score, Coach? What do you got?
What's the score? Let me check.
Go, Chris.
18-11.
18-11? Okay, 18-11. So, I don't know how I was so far off. 18-12, okay. So I gave both teams a run. Either way, it's a 6-run ball game.
Base to base. Yeah, I need somebody at third. I need somebody at third.
So top of the 6th, 18-12, Barachos. Leadoff man on, and here comes Loco. And again, that's why you put these guys at the top of your lineup. They've been very good all day.
Good eye, kid.
Top of the 6th here. Wouldn't surprise me if the Bullies put a number up. Little chopper, and that's foul. And that's a break. Had that been fair, that ball had a big bounce to it. That might have got over to the third baseman, but it was foul. Chris taking a little break here as the pitcher's pitching.
Gotta go now. Get big.
And Loco slashes that. Great play by Cotto to stop it from going into the outfield. Probably stopped Chris from going to third. and maybe Loco heading to second. So it keeps a double play in order as well as a force out at third. So here's Corey with Spada on deck. And there's a ball hit up the middle. Chu can't make the play. One run is going to score. Loco will stop at third. Still nobody out here. 18-13. Runners on the corner. And here comes Spada. And I tell you, Mike is coming along too as a player. From when I first saw him now, he's starting to barrel up a little more consistently. He's another kid, good young first baseman, good size, good hands.
So worried about me, bro.
That's why when you guys are surfing the web and you're hearing all of these people tell you softball is dead, not a chance. And Spada gave it a ride. Great catch by the left fielder. Leaped up right in front of the netting and made the catch. That's the first out of the inning, but another run for the Bullies. They closed to 18-14. Still only one out and a runner in scoring position. And here comes Ant. Came in to pitch.
On the bag.
So softball's in good shape. Got to tip your hat to Francisco Arenas and Steve Rodriguez, who have done so much to bring younger teams into the game. And a lot of that, too, has been the SSA. Last year we gave 8 paid bids out of our Class B National Championship tournament to play in the Class A tournament, and then we give 6 paid bids to the top 6 in the A tournament to go play major. And we've had teams playing all 3 with 1 fee.
Gotta go now. He's gotta go now.
And there's a swing and a floater. Can't make the catch. It'll be runners on the corner. Now he's going to try to score. Out at the plate. He had everybody creeping off the fence line.
Fucking runs.
And that's a bad job if a coach sent him there. No reason to go there. You would have had the bases loaded with 1 out. Instead, it's second and third. (18-14), but that changes the tenor of the inning. And that brings up Dario, I believe, and he'll fly out. So, big base running mistake there. And you can't have that when you're down. Well, that's because you're a bright, intelligent young man, Pops. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Again, the risk, the reward there doesn't make sense. 18-14. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. After this half inning, we'll make sure we got the right score as we head into what will be a do-or-die 7th for Los Borrachos. Bottom 6. Bottom 6. That was wishful thinking on your part. As we are at 110. So this has been a long game. Yeah, when we started the SSA back in 2011, softball was in a little bit of a downturn. And with all of the unique things that we have done to change the game, including the live streaming, where we now have people from around the country and even the world watching, it's starting to leak its way back into the youths. So here's Caesar leading off for Barachos, and then the top back into their consciousness a little bit. And Caesar pounds it into the alley, and that's going to be a leadoff double. Caesar having himself quite the day. And I'll bring up the top of the Barachos lineup. We talk all the time about that psychological effect of when a team's got a lead and you come back and you shock them in the bottom of the sixth, or they have time to mentally recover. It doesn't bother a lot of the more established teams who've been through it and done it. And there's a bullet. Spada got a hand on it.
Damn, good play. Hey, good stop.
That had right field written all over it. Spada got a big mid on it right to Edwin. And they nipped Chooch at first for out number one. Caesar did go to third on the play. Brings up Cotto. We told you he's a good-looking first baseman. Right on cue, he makes a fantastic play. And Cotto, little ground ball up the middle. Edwin, and they nip him. Run does score.
Hey, pull up.
Hey, that's when it cools up your spot. Let's go. That's right, your spot.
And Barachos tack on an insurance run.
Hey, back up, guys. Angel, back up a little bit.
And here's Tom. Little ground ball. Edward and a little fumble. They won't. Oh, you can check the tape. So Barachos score one. We'll go to a do or die seventh. And we'll check the score. What's the score now, Coach?
Chasing for 18-14.
18-14. Tell you, I've been off all day. Still getting the hang of trying to broadcast and handle the scoreboard widget. At least I'm getting the innings right. Do or die seventh. Bullies trailing by 4. Need 4 to keep the game going.
They were +1 on the last one.
So it's 9. Okay. Hey, how about that? I actually got one right.
Nice and loose, Ed.
So it was 19-14. They need 5 to keep the game going. And they need 6 to take a lead. Anything less, and Barachos will be the champion. And there's the dreaded leadoff walk for Izzy, and it brings up Joey. Bottom part of the lineup here. Bully's got a chance. They got to feed that top. And Joey takes another low one. Again, if you're Tom here, you're nursing a 5-run lead. So you don't want any, and he did, free pass. Brings up Church. That's a good job by Joey.
Open up. Open up.
And Church ground ball, and Tommy got a hand on it. Everybody's safe. Base hit now would put the tie in the box. We've seen that a couple of times with pitchers kind of overextending themselves tonight and knocking the ball away in areas where the fielders are. As a pitcher, you got to know where your short center is. Now they're doing something I dislike. There's a ground ball. Cotto, I don't know if he tagged him or not. Called no tag. Run did score. 19-15. Runners move to second and third. Again, if you're the Barachos, you don't really care about those base runners. You're chasing outs here.
Open up, Church. Nobody. Not yours.
So Angel with Edwin on deck.
Open up, Church. Nobody. Go.
And again. So here's a situation. Tommy's already walked the guy this inning. And there's a full count now.
On a rail, Abel, go get it. Keep your feet.
Again, you don't want to walk this guy. You're going to bring up the tie and run way short. And the bases are loaded. And Chris is going to swing for Edwin. Oh, I'm sorry. They're at the top of the lineup. So Abel hit for Angel. So now you got your top coming up. Bases loaded, tie in the box. And he hits a ground ball. Second baseman, a bobble. Everybody's safe.
Let's go.
So 19-16. Angel representing the go-ahead run in the batter's box. And again, 2 walks in the inning played a part in this.
Hold, Abel. Hold, Abel. Hold.
And Loco flips it to right. Nice catch out there. 1 run does tag and score. They were trying to get the double play. It's now 19-17. Cotto flipped it out there, but a good job by the right fielder coming in. He made the catch. And now the game is on Corey's bat. 2 outs. Tie and run right here in front of you. And you can bet your bottom dollar Chris is going to be flying. And there's a rocket, and it hits the base runner, and that's how it'll end. Barachos hang on. They win the inaugural Los Barachos Men's 16 in Softball League in a thriller, 1917. Fantastic. And I'll see if I can grab Steve. We'll do a quick interview. We will have pictures up for you guys a little bit later. So we'll come find Steve right now. Steve. So here's my guy, Steve Rodriguez. See the beautiful trophy there. Inaugural season named after Sal, and a beautiful MVP award winner too, named after Anthony Valencento. So Steve, how'd your first year go with the league?
It's a lot harder than people think. I want to thank all the captains. Congratulations to the Bullies and to LBSC on the title. Thanks for this. Safe for coming out and supporting.
Hey, LBSC on top, baby.
So there you go. So we'll get to it. Make sure that Los Barachos doesn't, or Bullies doesn't go anywhere. And we'll get pictures. So we'll be back later, or not later, but we'll have pictures later. So on behalf of the SSA, Gold Rush Gaming, this is Gio live from Intentional Sports saying we hope you enjoyed the coverage. We'll see you soon.